Okay folks, today is our little supplementary video. You know we got this MOT'd in the last video, and today we're going to cure the fuel starvation problem we've got by fitting this little tank filter setup with a vacuum device on the bottom of it. So we'll see you in a minute. Right, well this is the little device which is stopping the fuel from flowing. Let me show you a little bit nearer. Well, first of all, this goes into the actual fuel tank at the bottom. You've got two lines on it. One for the fuel output that goes actually to the carburettor. And this is a vacuum line which pulses air. When the piston goes up and down, it opens and closes a little diaphragm in there and lets fuel flow out of the actual line there. This filter obviously sits in the tank. And the problem I've got is that although the vacuum line's connected and it's obviously pulsing, we're not getting the fuel come out there in a constant rate. So that could be because these filters lines here are blocked, or there could be something wrong with the actual diaphragm as well. So rather than mess about with it, for the sake of £10, all I've done is bought a new one. So I'm actually going to drain the tank now and put this one on. So let me just do that now. I'll just drain the tank. Right, okay, that was a bit of a carry on, as you can probably see, getting the fuel tap out with a full tank, or near enough a full tank of petrol. But as you can probably see from that valve there, the actual filter actually looks clean, so that's a little bit worrying. But you can unscrew these filters and actually remove them if you wanted to. But what I did notice was, I'm going to empty this out, because I want this empty before I start blowing down it or sucking down it, so to see what the action is. But what I did notice was, in the fuel that I drained out, there's actually some, which looks like sediment that comes straight out. So whether or not there was stuff in the bottom of the fuel tank, I'm not too sure. Let me show you if I can. Actually see in there, but right in that corner there, that's full of the first bit of petrol. And as you can probably see, look, it moves, and there's some sort of sediment there which was laying in the bottom of the fuel tank, and maybe that was restricting fuel flow in some way. I don't know yet, but as I say, actually looking at this thing at the moment, I was toying with the idea of actually just blowing down this, but I need to get all the fuel out of there first. Right, the top one I can't suck on, but you can blow down it, so that sends a pulse down that big one. So I can try blowing down this. Out straight away, that's hardly coming out. I'm blowing as I'm doing in this one, and that's blowing back into the tank. In other words, opening the diaphragm, probably to allow fuel to flow straight through. But when I blow in this one, this is the pulse from the vacuum line. Definitely a restriction there, so this tells me that this isn't working correctly. That's without the filter connected, obviously. I should be able to blow down there. That should open the diaphragm and allow fuel to fill, by what I gather, what I can do with this. No restriction at all. Heavy restriction. So this looks like the problem. It's not the filter. It's something to do with this mechanism being clogged up. So I'm glad I found that, because I was a little bit concerned when I first took that out and saw that the filter was clean. So I'm now going to fit this one now. Reversal is the same. Just put it back in and tighten up this little clamp around the plastic body, and that will give us our seal. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, okay then, fuel line's back on and everything's bone dry. If I touch down there, I can't find any petrol anywhere. I can see the fuel holes at the moment. It's empty, so I'm just going to try and start up, see if I can see fuel pumping, because we didn't see that before. So let's try that. fuel moving now. Open that door. It's a little bit wet out here, and I don't really want to get it wet, to be honest with you. Although I suppose I could take it up the road. Yeah, it's going to have to get a little bit wet. I'm going to take it up the road. I want to make sure that it is running correctly because I don't want to have to strip it down again. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, here we go then. We'll try and give it a go up the road. Oh, let's get on it. Right, I'll try and get you as good as I can, okay? Right, okay, let's try this. Well, it's a little bit cold on my hands. I ain't got my gloves on. I should have put the gloves on. I might go and get the gloves. Try it again. Right, we've just conked out again. Something's still not right. I have to take the carb off. Okay then, there we go. So we've still got an issue with it. So it looks like what I'm going to have to do is to rethink the whole situation now. There definitely was a problem with this thing, and changing that was the right thing to do. I've now got to check the carb setup. As I say, we increased the main jet from a 53 to a 60. It did nothing else. I might have to lift the needle jet as well, because what's happening as well is that there is a flat spot. When you give it full throttle, it sort of goes, and you have to sort of tease the throttle to get it up to sort of 40 miles an hour plus sort of thing, which is what I was doing. But then, as I say, it did stall after that again, and it wouldn't start until some more petrol seemed to have trickled into the carb. There is still an issue there. You may have any ideas what it is, put down in the comment section below, because I'm going to go online and have a little look around. Obviously, there's some scooter experts out there. So what we're getting now is fuel is going into the carburetor. The vacuum hose obviously is working, and the diaphragm is obviously working in that new tap we've got. But as I say, when you accelerate, you're getting a flat spot, which obviously denotes that they might need to, although we've increased from a 53 to a 60, because we've de-restricted it by taking the washer out of the exhaust port, we've taken the little washer out of the variator, and we've also increased the main jet, as you know. So if there's any other modifications you think we need to do, just leave a few comments below. I know there's going to be a few people going to make off the cuff comments and what they think without actually knowing. I'd rather people who have actually dealt with these sort of things and sort of come across this before actually leave constructive comments rather than just guesswork at the end of the day, because I mean, I don't want to go down the road of guesswork. And I'm going to have a little look online myself to find out if I can see what the cause of the problem is as well. I might have to take the carb off again, give it a sonic clean, and obviously do some more work with regards to lift the needle, for example. Anyway, thanks very much. Hope you enjoyed this little video. They're not all good videos with a good outcome. Sometimes you have to go back trial and error. That's life, I'm afraid, and it's all part of the learning curve. So thanks very much. See you in the next video, and until then, bye for now.